television. The gunman ambushing his former colleagues as the cameras rolled. Now stunning new details from the third victim, how she survived, curling up in a ball, and chilling new images from inside the gunman's apartment, what they found on his refrigerator. ABC senior national correspondent Jim Avila covering it all.
Tonight, these new images from inside the suspect's Spartan apartment, the refrigerator adorned with modeling shots, while at the crime scene, the blood-stained boards and the wooden deck where the two journalists were murdered now replaced, as the first personal account of what happened here emerges.
He waited until they were live on the air, so he knew exactly what he was doing.
We're saying tourism.
Only one person survived the attack, Vicki Gardner, now out of a medically induced coma, telling her husband just how a lone gunman the reporter and cameraman both knew got the violent drop on them.
They never saw him coming until the shots were fired.
The gunman approached from directly behind the light. Vicki says they were shining right in Allison and her eyes. They couldn't see him at all.
Did she get a feeling about who was the target?
Well, Allison obviously was the initial target.
Adam, she says, was hit next. And then
he shot 3 times at my wife, and she was trying to dodge everything. He missed twice, and then she dove to the ground and curled up in a ball, and that's when he shot her in the back.
So he actually came over to do a coup de grace.
Pulled the trigger several times, and only fired once.
He fired 17 rounds. The gun now empty, he fled. And remarkably, Vicki got to her feet.
She's one of those individuals that says, if I can get up, I'm going to get up. And she got up and walked to the ambulance.
Vicki called her husband from the ambulance to say she was alive and to meet her at the hospital. Doctors now expect a full recovery. Tom?
Jim Avila for us tonight. Jim, thank you. And we'll have much more tonight on 2020 Tragedy on TV. That's at 10, 9 Central. Now to the race for 2016.
The truth of the matter is, I'm sure that there were all kinds of things that they could have done. I'm wondering, did they ever try talking with him? Gee whiz. Another question I ask is you'll notice how they called the apartment Spartan, as if he was a psycho or something like that. And then they could have turned it around and said, man, he's a very neat person. They didn't mention anything about the fact that the cop probably already stripped everything out. They wanted to further demonize this person to make it look like he's a monster. Gee whiz. I wonder if we'll ever be able to get a hold of the 23-page PDF manifesto. I have been trying since August, I think 26th when it happened, to try and see that manifesto. So we could get an idea. Maybe we could prevent future acts of violence like this. But then at the same time, they sure didn't mind putting on a fucking show called How to Get Away with Murder. Viola, whore bitch, ABC. They sure didn't mind that. They've had shows on there, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They've had House of 1,000 Corpses. They've had all kinds of violence on TV for years. And I'm wondering, when people see violence day in and day out, subconsciously, do they think that that's the way that they take care of their problem or something like that? So the truth of the matter is, how do we know that this person didn't try to maybe talk with him? And then they were also talking about, well, he was very combative, vague terms. He was very combative, he was emotional, he was a mental case. Let's see, what's another common thing that they'll do? They'll say, well, he didn't get along with the co-workers and everything like that. What if he was trying to break stories other than bullshit Halloween poodles dressing up in a fucking costume? Now, I read a Facebook page something about where he was going to break a story or tried to break a story about a corrupt attorney, and I think it's Mountain View, Virginia, or Roanoke, Virginia, or something like that. And then the station manager had to have a fucking lawyer there? He wouldn't even fucking speak to his own mouth, which I think he was a motherfucking con man in the first place. He was probably coached on what to fucking say, because he knew if he told the whole fucking truth, maybe some shit might get on him too. It is common for people in news to use vague terms, especially when they know the shit might get on them. Now, I am not for violence. I'm a man of peace. But in Panama City, Florida, I had one guy stalking me for 10 years. That's right. Pulled a knife out on me. Yep. Panama City fucking idiot clown cops. They fucking protected him, man. And by a miracle, I believe by the grace of God, I got them fucking pictures, and they're on the internet of where this guy's pulling a knife out on me. And this happened in 2007. And I had just a little tiny camera with a little tiny aperture. And yet that little tiny camera with the tiniest little aperture got some of the most perfect fucking pictures that have ever been done. It was a miracle right there. It was a miracle when I fucking charged a motherfucker that I didn't get fucking stabbed. It was a miracle. And I'll admit, I was scared at the time, but I knew I wasn't going to put up with that fucking shit. So, we have all these fucking violent movies on TV. They'll fucking lie and say, oh, that's their constitutional right. Truth of the matter is, all these TV, movie, and video violent games people, I can guarantee you if they were told, look here, you put violence on TV, it'll be fucking done to you. It's that motherfucking simple. Or you can have it to where you won't have it. Here's another thing. How do we know that maybe this person here didn't realize it, but maybe there might have been low-frequency systems, so-called home theater systems that are actually disguised American enemy devices that are designed to irritate people. Cops love them because these boom cars, what they do is they put people in a state of irritation. They put people in a state that they would never think about doing anything. And the general public does not realize that these boom cars are American enemies. Now, I just recently talked to a guy named Corey of California Cycles in Panama City Beach, of where they want to close him down because he's got scooters. They're using this sorry fucking excuse that the scooters are used for dealing drugs. But at the same time, they ain't doing anything about these goddamn fucking boom cars that probably almost break the windows in California Cycles, which I believe is near Thomas Drive and Front Beach Road in Panama City Beach, where they want to close him down, claiming that he's not safe and everything like that. Well, I just gave him some ammunition. Yeah. I gave him a whole bunch of statute about these boom cars. That's right. I also gave him an idea, putting a great big tall pole on the back that's lit and blinking, so he's going to be the safest thing. He's going to be the safest vehicle on the road. That'll take care of that fucking shit. And then I also suggested that they have to sign an understanding that they're going to owe him $1,000 if that pole gets broken or anything like that. Which a lot of them will get drunk and they'll do it. then he'll have more money. So the truth of the matter is, these so-called people want to shut him down. They ain't done anything about these fucking boom cars. They ain't done anything about these goddamn motherfucking shops that install these fucking boom cars. They ain't done anything about the stores that sell the fucking subwoofers. Yeah, the felonies these boom car punks do, 80610. That's putting emergency vehicles in dangers. 18102 is when the concussion of the speakers breaks through somebody's place. 3015 of Florida statutes, the duty of the sheriff's department to arrest them motherfuckers. Yeah, 932 contraband, they can take away their vehicle. That's right. 874, criminal gang signaling instrumentalities. And not only that, Florida Constitution, Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. All public servants, they swear an oath under 876 of the Florida statutes that they will support and defend and protect American Florida citizens. That's right. Take away their vehicle, 932 contraband. So there's all kinds of laws, but they're targeting the scooter people. But at the same time, they're not going after these motherfucking boom cars that are putting ambulance and fire department people in danger. So anyway, it's Jimbikeman here. I'm hoping to be able that I'll get a call from California Cycles, or they'll email me or something like that. Because I look at it this way: if they can close down one business, who's to say that they won't close down more? And the facts are that they took an oath. So I suggested, when he goes to a meeting, that he's going to ask a silly question. Did you swear an oath to support and defend the Florida Constitution? They're not going to answer that one, but they sure don't mind when they get swearing-in ceremony. They sure don't mind putting up their right hand, but they probably have got their fucking other hand. They've got their fingers crossed and shoved up their fucking ass. So, maybe California Cycles will also ask about the facts are. What is the reason why they allow these boom cars that put everybody in fucking danger, but they're worried about the scooters? So anyway, this is Jimbikeman here, making an attempt to try to make this a better world, and see if we can't get something done about these boom cars on Panama City Beach all over the state of Florida. This is Jimbikeman signing off, another ranting and raving.